Hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen, and I am so thrilled to welcome you to this week's reading, where we are going to be looking at your grounded energy. More specifically, we're going to see what kind of burden you are in the process of releasing and what is going to be materializing for you next. So what can you look forward to? But before we get into the cards, I just quickly want to remind you to use your discernment as always when you're watching this reading, because not all of the messages are going to resonate for every single one of you. This is a general reading, so only take the messages that you feel apply to you somehow and that you want to take on board, and everything else you can leave behind, okay? Right, so let's get into it. I'm going to lay out all the cards. I'm going to speed you guys through that part, and then we will get into your reading. My sweet Pisces, what are you going through? I feel this very strong emotional blow that is happening here, that is coming through these cards. With the underlying energy, we have completion in reverse and rejoice and celebration. And for the other cards that you got in the spread, we have emotional loss with water and luminous warrior with patience and planning. I'm actually getting kind of two scenarios which are somewhat it kind of confused me a bit, so I'm just going to tell you both of them and you can apply them to your circumstances as needed. The first scenario that I'm feeling is that you have lost something or someone. Clearly it is a very deep emotional hurt that goes along with that loss for you. It clearly meant a lot to you, and as you were kind of forced to let it go, as something was taken away from you, it seems like you're not really able to walk away from it, or you're not able to let that go. You're not able to release the pain, release the grief, to come out of that stage of losing something. So you're kind of very much clinging on to this thing that you don't really have anymore, but you are finding it very, very difficult to kind of recover, to heal, and to move forward. For others of you, I feel that there has been some kind of separation, some kind of like breaking apart, but I don't see it as being something final. I see it as some kind of pause that you are going through. Like, let's say that if you were in a relationship with someone and both of you decided that you needed to take a break. I feel like energetically speaking, things are just on hold for you. And what you would very much like to do though is kind of come back into union with them, to reconcile. Because this story that you share is not complete. It's not done yet, but there is some kind of break that you are in right now. So please take it as it resonates. That's kind of the energy that I am getting. That for some of you, you are struggling with letting go or releasing this sense of loss that you are in, this grief that you are in, finding it difficult to come out of that stage of despair and loss and sadness. But for others of you, you are on some kind of break with someone in a relationship, and you are just having a very hard time dealing with that situation, because in either case your emotions seem to be weighing you down like crazy. There seems to be a lot of heaviness in your heart, in your chest. It's just so completely overwhelming. And it's like you are drowning in your emotions. You're drowning in this sadness. So that's actually why I am so happy to see these cards in this specific position, because it's saying that this heaviness, this emotional loss and grief and sadness is what you are releasing, is what is being relieved for you. You won't be in this state forever. And especially with these two cards coming out next as something that you have to look forward to. I see healing. I see healing. I see recuperation. But I do see that it is going to be a lengthy process. It does require you to have patience with yourself first and foremost. It's not going to be a very quick process because there is a lot to go through, it seems like. There is a lot to process and a lot to analyze, a lot to make sense of before you can truly let something go, before you can truly leave it behind in the past. Because right now it seems that if you did lose something, then it seems that part of this cycle completing is you realizing what the point of that was. What was the lesson in that? There is something that you have to kind of grasp before you are able to let it go. And again, for those of you who are on a break, yeah, if this is like this relationship scenario that I was describing before, for you, what is going to be happening is some kind of leveling up or some kind of, there has to be some kind of work being put into the situation to be able to kind of come back into union and to reconcile a situation or a relationship that has been broken. There has to be work put into it, and it has to come from a healing perspective. Either case, healing is an integral part of this process. It's going to happen. That's what is going to be coming. Healing. You're going to be going through healing so that you could turn this pain, this sadness, this grief, turn it into something positive, turn it into something light that would guide you forward in a much more beneficial way, right? So that you could once again experience joyful emotion and happiness. It requires work and it requires healing. So yeah, I also find it very interesting that we are getting these numerological synchronicities. We have 5 and 7 with these two cards because 61 reduces down to 7, and we have 32 which reduces down to which reduces down to 5, and then we have 7 over here. So you have 57, 57. These numbers could mean something to you, or they could be some kind of synchronicities that you may start noticing around you. Or if we're just purely talking about numerological, in a numerological sense of these energies, then the 5s are very clearly symbolizing disruption. They are symbolizing change. They are symbolizing difficulty that has to be resolved, that has to be worked through. And 7 is, as everyone knows, 7 is a lucky number. 7 is about further growth. It's about achievement. It's about success. So there is a need to find a successful outcome, to find a successful path forward from this disruptive, conflicting energy that you are in. But let's look at this heaviness that you are experiencing. Let's see why you had to go through that. What was this supposed to teach you? What was this burden supposed to teach? Yeah. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, and the 5 of Wands. We're getting another 5. As I was saying, very disruptive, very conflicting energy here. Yeah, with these cards coming out, this message of like a breakup or taking some time apart, taking taking a break, putting a relationship on hold. That seems to be coming through because of this Five of Wands being the underlying energy here. Some kind of argument, some kind of strife and conflict and like disagreements, misunderstandings, like ego fights or power battles or something like that seems to be the cause of this. I feel like you were headed in the wrong direction, or this connection was headed in the wrong direction, or the situation that you were in was headed in the wrong direction. It just wasn't beneficial for anyone, truly, who is part of this scenario. It wasn't benefiting anyone. I feel like before the situation truly got out of hand, things were forced to kind of this breaking point, to kind of take some time out. But for those of you who actually lost something, I feel like whatever it is that you lost was not actually in your best interests anyway. It wasn't taking you where you needed to be, where you needed to go. With this King of Pentacles in reverse, this could talk about some kind of like toxic boss or some kind of toxic work situation. If this is symbolizing you, for instance, like losing your job, let's say, if you lost your job, if you are heartbroken over that, if you are despairing over that, then it's very clear that that job was not the right thing for you. It wasn't the right path for you. It wasn't taking you, as I said, it wasn't taking you where you needed to go. It seems that there was someone who was playing a part in that situation that was either like leading you astray, or that was kind of some kind of negative influence on you. There was some kind of negative influence here, or something about being led down the wrong path, or not being on the path that is actually right for you. And the same if you are experiencing this relationship scenario. The situation, this relationship wasn't on the right path. It wasn't helping anyone, and it was going down the wrong path, basically. And there's also a lot of instability here. A lot of very volatile, very fluctuating energy that is coming through. And that's why you had to be kind of removed from it, or this thing was removed from you. Because there's something about this energy that is not beneficial, that I'm not really liking. And again, with this Three of Wands coming out in reverse, it says that the future prospects to this thing, the way that it was going, the way that it was moving forward, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So it had to be kind of stopped before things could escalate to a more dramatic point, to a more harmful point. But let's look at this new energy that is materializing. Let's see what you can expect from this, or what this might bring you. Wow, those were so concrete. Oh my God, look at that. How beautiful. Okay, so yeah, as I said, for some of you, this is definitely a relationship scenario, and you will be able to reconcile. And Six of Wands is in reverse at the bottom. You will be able to reconcile, because this is actually the Three of Cups in tarot, and it can indicate a reconciliation, a reunion of sorts. And I do feel that for some of you that is definitely the case, that there will be some kind of healing that is going to be taking place within this connection. There is going to be some kind of patching up, but it's going to be a lot more strong, a lot more sturdy. This foundation that you are building is going to be a lot more sturdy. But again, we're getting kind of like similar energy with both of these, that it does require a lot of work, it does require a lot of patience, it requires a lot of effort on your part especially, but most likely on the other person's part as well, because I don't feel like this is something that you can accomplish on your own. You can't really push this cart all by yourself. It has to be a true partnership. It has to be teamwork. for this thing to be healed. So it's not like this reconciliation or this healing is just going to be handed to you. Again, it does require your effort, your energy to be put into it. But it seems that whatever this like break or falling apart or whatever this disintegration was that you went through, whatever this thing was that you lost, I'm kind of merging both of these scenarios together now. It seems that there is going to be some kind of coming together, or some kind of healing, some kind of repairing, some kind of mending happening. So if you are in the group who are dealing with this relationship breakup thing, then as I said, it seems that there is going to be a building of a new and very sturdy foundation, more structure, more security, like the strengthening of this bond is going to be happening. Because as I said before, it seems that things were kind of going off the rails a bit. It was going in the wrong direction. So now it seems that things have to be reconsidered, things have to be reorganized, and there has to be a new kind of strategy put in place so that this connection could heal and move forward from a stronger, more sturdy, more like long-lasting space. And for those of you who actually lost something, if something was taken away from you, then I just see you being able to kind of balance out your emotions, releasing yourself of this emotional burden, this emotional pain, and these wounds that you're feeling, and kind of reestablish peace, reestablish security, reestablish stability. But again, it is going to take time. It's going to take time. It's not going to be an instant success. But with this card being here, it seems that there is a lot of, and especially with this Two of Cups here as well, there is a lot of promise of emotional fulfillment, of emotional satisfaction, of peace, of harmony. These beautiful, beautiful energies. That's what is coming through these cards. Regardless of which boat you are in, I see you being able to move forward and to create new stability for yourself. Move forward from a more healthy and a more balanced place. So again, healing is going to happen. It's just going to take some time, and it's going to require you to put your energy and effort into it, into making this work, into getting into a better place. Okay, wow, I am going to leave this thing here, and I just hope that these messages provided what they needed to provide for those people that needed to hear them. And if this was your story, if you resonated with either scenario, then I would appreciate it so much if you let me know that this was your story, or just letting me know how this resonated for you. I would really, really love it. So if you could give me a thumbs up, or if you left me a comment, I would love hearing from you. And I would love it most of all if you decided to stick around and subscribe and join my little YouTube family here, my little soul tribe. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and for spending this time with me. And I am sending you so much love and light, my sweet Pisces. So much love and light. Yeah, especially going through this emotional heaviness. So hang in there, and I am wishing you guys all the best. Please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.